Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to Basic Benjamin. It has been so long since I've seen you guys, and today I'm going to be launching a brand new special first ever vlog of this here car, and it is one of the most amazing cars that I've ever had the privilege to drive. I'm speaking about none other than the one, the only the Mark II. Welcome to Basic Benjamin. Continue chatting about the bodywork. The bodywork on this is a custom wide body which was built specifically from race. So you can see also all the flares, arches in the rear as well as the front. Let's begin with the wheels. These are the ADV 5.2s, the MV2s as well, which is basically a two-piece finished in gloss black. You see close over here, you can also see that it's a 12 gauge shotgun shell used as the bolt caps. So really good theme completer. If you still drive this car, you'll feel that it's extremely well set. That's probably because the wheels are still 21 inch and they're also a 30 profile. This is the Thule top box. It is one of the only RS6s that I've seen in South Africa with one of these Thule boxes on top of it. Now, I mean, it's pretty unique. If you're gonna look at it, it's got basically a whole bunch of army memorabilia as well as a brand new ADV on the top. The same exact ones that are on this car, but I mean, just to complete the whole look, why not just complete it with your own spare wheel? Also the XT, which is the extended version where you can make it shorter or longer. Now let's come over to these lights. These lights are pretty unique where they are completely separate from the car. So it doesn't mess with the electronics at all of the car. So you can put them on with a remote, which is really nice. You got this finish over here, which is just a cover that actually goes on the light. And I mean, they just pop off. You can also do a full blackout, or you can just leave it clear like that. The nice thing about this as well is that you can remove this kit from the car, take the whole thing off by itself, and it does not affect the car at all. It's just really heavy, and the only thing that you'll feel is obviously a lot more weight getting taken off the car, which in racing terms, it's always an advantage. We should speak about the badge. The little badge on the back, the one that I'm speaking about over here. This is the old RS2 badge, which actually used to say Porsche at the bottom, but now it says race. It's a 3D printed badge and then sprayed in-house at race just to complete the look of the car. So you obviously got the red as well as the black, and then the army green, which the whole car is wrapped in. We have to speak about this Maxton rear wing. It's just a little add-on lip which you can add to the top of the car. It's something that a lot of guys add into their RS6s just because it looks a little bit more beefy, just to make it a little bit more aggressive. This is the Audi RS6 Performance Pack. So basically what you get with the Audi Performance Pack is you get 605 horsepower over the 556 horsepower, and you get a whole lot more torque. So with the brand new RS6, it has basically been replaced by the old V8 bi-turbo, which was in the previous gen. So just before the previous gen, which was a V10, and that came out early in the sedan. They brought back the Avant, and they brought it back obviously with the V8 bi-turbo. And the reason being is obviously with the Avant, it's used for recreational purposes, especially in Europe. The one thing with this engine is that it's got a full turbo back Miltek racing exhaust, so you can basically hear the sound of one of these. As well as the AWE or Induction. And it's also been WULFCHIP tuned stage 1, just to give it a little bit more torque, a little bit more beef under the bonnet. And it's from about 605 to 700 horsepower on induction, exhausts, as well as a software tune, which is bang for your buck. The display on the RS6 is a combination of analog and digital cockpit. So with the new RS3s, you're getting a lot of digital cockpits, which is an actual optional extra. And on the RS6, they come with an analog gauge, as well as the center being the virtual cockpit, or a virtual cockpit hybrid, if you will. These wheels that are currently sitting on this wide body is still a 21 inch with a 30 profile, which is really nice because it stays very original to the original spec of this car. Also, this is the top of the range KW suspension, which still you can feel just feels absolutely amazing on the road. It really sits nice and tight in the car. The one thing also is this is the performance pack, so it's packed with carbon fiber all around. You've got the Bungalows and sound system. The carbon ceramics came with the performance pack, and also they had the full optic black pack with this car. The badges have obviously been blacked out as well, just to finish it off a little bit, and obviously with the aesthetics of the old Quattro racing, from the Quattro on the back to the RS2 badges front and rear, really just finishes this car off extremely well. So Gerrit loves to do something outrageous and spectacular and something different that no one else has really done. So the one thing that I had to ask him was, what are you doing next? It seems to be the status quo with this guy. And the one biggest thing is he just said to me it was going to be a Q. So brand new Q that's coming out. I mean, you guys can guess. So currently the car is in dynamic. There's 3 different modes. You get individual, you get comfort, as well as dynamic. The car is running full dynamic at the moment. This is what it sounds like with the pipes open. You can feel how aggressive this car is, especially on pull-off. You can hear a bit of wind noise from the top box. I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking about the top box, and it was one of the questions that I actually asked Gerrit was, how much noise can you hear in this car? Is it loud? Is it a nuisance, especially with the wind and the whistling? And it doesn't become too much of a nuisance because overseas this is what the guys are using all the time. So obviously it's not as bad as what a lot of people are trying to say about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an absolutely amazing comeback. Thank you for watching Basic Benjamin, and go and follow Gerrit. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Diavel.